Kurt Gray is a social psychologist at UNC Chapel Hill who studies how morality shapes politics and human interactions. His research explores why people argue about moral and political beliefs and how to bridge those divides. His upcoming book, Outraged: Why We Fight About Morality in Politics and How to Find Common Ground, explores moral outrage, a response triggered when people believe others are acting immorally. Gray argues that this outrage stems from our evolutionary need to cooperate in order to protect others from harm. For example, debates about abortion often center around protecting life or ensuring the safety of women. A key idea in his book is that humans have been wrongly labeled as apex predators. Instead, Gray suggests we are more like prey shaped by our need for protection from threats. He argues that understanding this perspective helps explain why moral conflicts can feel so intense. People are responding to perceived threats, often driven by desperation and fear, not a desire for power or dominance. Dr. Gray also argues that modern Americans are safer than ever before. We live in communities where we can generally trust others, and we benefit from safer cars, safer homes, and better medicines that help us live longer, healthier lives. However, despite this safety, our brains are still on high alert for danger. This is because our minds are wired by evolution to look for threats everywhere we go, even when there are fewer real dangers. This phenomenon is called concept creep. As serious dangers like violent crime become less common, we start to feel more threatened by smaller issues like hurtful words. In other words, although society is objectively safer, people begin to perceive greater harm from things that are less harmful. Our individual biology has not caught up with the collective advancements we've made as a society. In one study, Gray and his colleague Curtis Puryear examined the mental health of people who use Twitter to discuss politics. They found that those who focused on viral content like retweets often experienced symptoms of PTSD, including anger and anxiety. This was because those folks felt constantly threatened and outraged by viral warnings about potential harms. To help resolve political conflicts, Gray advises us to tell stories rather than simply presenting facts. Personal stories of harm are way more relatable and foster understanding. Research from Gray's lab shows that people who share stories are viewed as more rational and respected than those who rely on facts and statistics alone. Dr. Gray's ultimate message is hopeful. Despite the outrage, many people want to connect and bridge divides. He encourages us to listen, validate others' experiences, and share stories to build empathy. By doing so, we can reduce the moral outrage that drives political conflict and create more constructive conversations. For more Tar Heel politics in a shot glass, follow the Hometown Holler.